Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. On first down, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's a flag, man. Wow.
But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's got a man. It's something that's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Wilson on the keeper, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. McManus's point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Quick throw knocked away.
Davis!
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 38. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Shreds it with his, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb.
I had that on 5.
8 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. And how about this decision? Tie game, 4th quarter. They want the ball back on the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mills used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Watson picked by his former teammate Kareem Jackson.
You've got to know as a quarterback this is going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps.
We're going down swinging, baby.
Right now.
Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game-tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some room to roll now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame to make sure.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by McManus is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations. And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson to throw.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That's right. That's right. It's a new king in town.